This information you are about to hear and perhaps view, these are not necessarily the thoughts or the ideas of Gary C.Clement or the Gary Clement Radio Show podcast. We are in no way, shape, or form affiliated with the parties this story is about or was interviewed for. Parts of this content may not be owned by or the property of the Gary Clement Radio Show podcast, G2 Network Media, or any other company we are affiliated with, and this information is strictly the opinion of those being interviewed. This content is for information purposes only, and although we may make reference to various news stories, we share our own independent beliefs about the content and provide our own opinions. Please enjoy the information. Yes, this is Gary Clement, and welcome to the Gary Clement Radio Show and podcast. And today, my guest is a soloist, a background singer, where she's performed with national artists such as Gerald, Levert, Patti, Labelle, and many others. She's also a songwriter and the host of her very own show, the CoCo McMillian Show, which many of you are already familiar with on Facebook Live. How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. How are you?
Good. Very good. Very good. Yeah, it's been a while actually since we've had the opportunity to sit down or whatnot and talk, especially like since you've had your show going and whatnot. And so I want to just ask you, congratulations on that, number one.
Thank you so much. I'm definitely humbly grateful for the opportunity to have the platform for the show.
Okay, so now how long has it been since you started the show?
It's been 2 years. Actually going to be going on the third year in a couple of months. So like time goes by so fast. It's been 2 years since I had it up.
Right. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So as far as, you've had a variety of different people on the show. Just talk a little bit about, your ideas of how you put the show together and how you go about, getting your guests or whatnot for the show, the format. Just talk a little bit about everything for me.
Yeah, so it is an online virtual talk show that we have every Thursday, and I wanted to actually let me go back for a second. I want to thank Dr. Eric Kelly, Mark Lee, Nick, and Kimberly from the IBM TV Pod TV network. For allowing me the platform. So they was the one that, set this up for me. And so when they asked me about it, I told them I wanted to do something to give guests the opportunity to come on and talk about their business. As you know, I'm in entertainment, so I'm in music. So we have national recorded artists, local artists, business owners, social media guru, health and physical awareness. We have pastors, evangelists. I mean, we just kind of broad to everyone, but we wanted to bring on ordinary people, people that's working hard in the community, people that's making a difference in the community, and also with our celebrities. But we wanted to keep it open so everyone would have an opportunity to come on to talk about what they're doing, to talk about some of the challenges, because a lot of times people want to get into different fields, say entertainment, music and singing, but there's so many avenues in music. You have stagehands, you have producers, and then there's challenges. So we want the people to come on and talk about their challenges as well, just to give them an insight for the do's and the don'ts and what could possibly go on, but just be mentally prepared for whatever that you're doing. And we set this platform for them to come and talk to if they have new music, if they have a new business that they started. We want to promote it. We just want to be, a vessel and a trailblazer for those upcoming people that's trying to do something in the music business as well as in the economic field as well. So the way I go about getting my guests, I have a lot of friends that have friends that have friends. So I kind of reach out to them. And just recently, the last couple of months, this young gentleman by the name of Mr. Wayne Booker has really been a blessing to the show. He's been advocating for me as well, bringing guests to the show, like Norman Hutchins, like the two young ladies we had last week that has their own truck driving company, different people like that. So I'm so grateful for him. So it's all a teamwork. Putting a team together and just building it to be a blessing to people and to give them the opportunity because coming up in the music business, some of the opportunities I didn't have, the platforms I didn't have. So I just want to be a blessing to someone that's coming up in the industry as well.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, and you said something about
Mhm.
challenges, and I was going to ask you too about what has been the most challenging thing, I guess, about doing the show.
Oh, well, you would know is, getting people to watch it, getting the views, at first, and I'm just going to be, transparent with you, Gary. At first, I was kind of worried about that, because some of the artists or some of the people only come on if you have a certain amount of views, and I don't want that to affect anyone's life about how many views that I have. So I just had to kind of let that go and put it in God's hands. But it could become a challenge because you want people to watch. You have your friends, you have your family, and then sometimes those be some of the main people that do not come out and support you. It's just having the support. That's why I really appreciate you because every day now and then, you don't even know this, you would text me or inbox me and say, I listened to the show, you're doing wonderful, I'm so proud of you. That makes me feel good. That's a blessing because that keeps me going, and so it's things like that that keeps me motivated. But that has been one of the challenges, just really trying to get the marketing piece, to get the awareness out there and for people to kind of tune in
I
to
see.
watch.
I see. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
So, out of all the interviews that you've done in the last, you say 2.5, 3 years, what's been the most inspirational? Which interview and stuff can you not forget?
Wow. Oh my God. Oh, this has been a lot of them. Of course, I remember our interview that we have. So thank you again for coming on this show. Shirley Murdoch was a very interesting, and I'll never forget that interview because she kind of shared her whole story about how she got started in the industry,
Mm-hmm.
as well as we had a interview recently called "Women on Fire," and some of the pastors and some doctors that came on and just kind of expressed themselves and just told about just being candid about themselves and how it is being saved and just put your trust in God and having the faith. That was a very inspiring broadcast that we had because it helped so many people. Another one that we had was on domestic violence. We have had several young women that come on to talk about their domestic violence issues. They was very open with it. One of my young ladies was shot in the face. Then her husband turned around and killed her parents. So we have inspiration, and she's doing well. She has her own podcast now. She's doing a TV show. It's just so many things, but it was very inspiration because she shared her challenges and how that she almost died twice, and then she come back and turn it around. We had another one on there on abuse, the mental abuse, the physical abuse, the substance abuse. We had people to come on candid to talk about that and how now they're doing well in the industry. So it's just been so many. And my last one I would say is Pastor Norman Hutchins, and he was very inspirational a couple of weeks ago, just really inspiring some young men, which that we're trying to do that as well. So I'm grateful for the caliber of people and what they bring into the show and sharing, because my goal is, Gary, for someone to be blessed, for someone to be uplifted, for someone to make a difference in someone's life. And those things have been happening. I'm grateful for that.
I see. Okay. So the power of social media and to be hosting your own show. Um, like you said
Yeah.
again, that there's power in that these days. You have any response
Yeah.
to that at all?
Oh yeah, it's so much power. I mean, you if you want to find out anything, you can just, before you get the news, you go to social media. The power of that, it has so much influence, and in a good way and in a negative way. I think about some of the kids, with the social media, that's some of the things that's being shared, and they feel like they have to live up to it. So they're having these mental health issues because they feel like they want to be like somebody that's on this social media platform that has everything, not knowing that those people had challenges to get there, or some of it may not even be real. So that's the downfall of it, or the negative about, I'm seeing so many young folks, having this peer pressure about social media. The good thing is we can market on social media, our music, the podcast is, I think with the when COVID hit us in 2020, I really think social media really blew up at that point, because everyone was at home, and so everyone was starting their podcasts or different things, or getting things from social media. So it has its positive ways, and and then it has the negative, but it's powerful. It's powerful when you think about it. Either way, it's powerful. It can
Right.
make you or break you.
Absolutely, you're right. Absolutely. Okay, and you just spoke about COVID-19. I know that shut down pretty much everybody. How did it affect your
Yeah.
life? Personally. How did it affect the things that you were trying to do at the
Oh,
time?
oh wow, my life came to a standstill. I went. I think I just went into this depressive state, because it was just a shocker to me, and my main source of income was music, traveling, doing my music. Everything shut down. I'm grateful. I have my coffee shop. I have my coffee shop that's located inside the Amtrak station in Cary. So even with that, it shut down as well, because everything just kind of closed. So I think for about 30 days, I had to kind of find myself and figure out, okay, what's next, CoCo, for you? And I'm grateful when God gives you the gifts and talents, and when He speaks to you when you're fasting and praying, just giving you ideas and different things to do. And I started off selling the designer mask, online, and then one door opened and another opened. Then the podcast came. Then I had an opportunity to meet with the young ladies that I used to sing with Gerald, Levert. We hadn't been together for 16 years. All of a sudden, and during COVID, we get together in Delaware, and we do a tribute single to Gerald, because we've never done anything for Gerald. That time he passed, it was just such an effect on us. We just couldn't do anything. But 16 years later, we did a single called Never Another You, and dedicated it to Gerald. And we did the video as well. So that was a really good success. And then we had a chance, the opportunity to record some other songs. So, that in the beginning, it was just a shocker, I think, not only to me, but to everyone, just to figure out, okay, what's next. But when you fast and you praying, and when God gives you gifts and talents and tell you to do something, then you act on it. Because I didn't know how I was going to do the show. I didn't know, there's no money coming in, but God always have a ram in the bush to bless you. And I'm so grateful that hey, we made it, Gary. Right? We
Right.
made it.
Absolutely.
We
Right.
made it through it. So I'm grateful for it, for the
That's right.
things that I've done. Even in the midst of it.
Right, I understand. Okay, so again, and we were we were talking just a little bit ago about social media and an artist being able to market and promote themselves pretty much, online, without this, covering of a record company and all these different people and stuff
Hmm.
involved. Like you said, for the
Hmm.
independent, the social media thing actually has given them wings or whatnot to fly. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great because you have some great independent, talented artists, especially in North Carolina. And, you know, just didn't get that opportunity to be to be noticed by Capitol Records, by all these different record companies. And, you know, as far as the marketing, they want you already together before they spend this money on you. So with social media, it gives you that platform to market yourself. I've seen so many people become famous overnight, you know, just on social media, whether it's doing something silly or, you know, comical to make people laugh, which that happened a lot during COVID. I think more laughter came with some of the social media videos and things, but you know, it gives you the opportunity to get yourself out there and not so much depend on a record label or, you know, someone that's just kind of, you have to pay out all this money, where, you know, you can just do it there with your phone or things like that. So I think that it's really, it depends on how you use it. Mm-hmm. It could be very effective, you know, for independent artists, because you can put your songs out there, you can share it, and you can get other people to share it. But you also got to understand is, once you're doing that and you put it out there, that's it. It's all on you. Then you have to create your team and your back end so you can continue to push it. Mm-hmm. You know, you just can't put it out there and just, you know, say, okay, watch it work. You have to build your team around it to continue to push the marketing on social media.
Right.
And get connected to the right people. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Great. Okay. So as far as your, you know, next project, or, you know, let me ask this first. When did you release your last? When did you release your last independent project, and when will you be releasing a new one?
Oh, wow. My last one was in 2015. It's been a minute. People have been asking me, CoCo, when are you going to do your project? When are you going to do your project? And I've been working on a couple of things. I was supposed to release it in 2019, but there was an emergency surgery that I had to go into, so that kind of pushed things back. Then COVID comes in, and so, but my projected goal is for 2024 to have my single out, because I got a lot to say, a lot to talk about, and God just had me in this place, even with the podcast and the other things that I'm doing with my coffee shop. I think he's really had me in a place of gathering everything together, gathering everything together, coming out with a new sound, birthing a new a sound to be effective to the people, to the world today, the new world today. So I really have some great stuff lined up. 2024, I'm praying that God let me go ahead and release it. So when it comes out, Gary, you will be one of the first ones to know that it's out. Yes.
Okay, cool. So when it comes to, other ventures, other things you're involved in, you just mentioned the coffee shop. Tell us a little bit about that, more about that, please.
Yes. Yeah, so I have a coffee shop that's located in the Amtrak Depot in Cary, North Carolina. That's 211 North Academy Street in Cary. I celebrated 8 years. Yeah, wow. I celebrated 8 years in January. Yes, I'm so grateful for that. So it is a small coffee area located inside there where I service the Amtrak trains that come through, as well as the bus passengers. And I'll tell you something, man, God is good. God is good, because when I opened up that coffee shop, my pastor came over to the station, and he prayed and blessed it. And so he says to me, CoCo, it's not even going to be about the coffee and what you serve. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, I need to make money. But he said it's not even going to be about that. It's going to be about the connections, the people that you meet. It's going to be about ministry. And Gary, can I tell you, ever since that day, that's what it's been about. The amount of people that I get a chance to minister to, or that people come to talk, or they'll just come to the station just to talk to me and everything. And it's been so wonderful. I'm so grateful for the Amtrak station employees, the town of Cary. They've really been a blessing to my coffee shop. And so I tell them every time, if you're an early bird, I'm there at 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday. come and get some coffee. I'm normally there till about 10:30, 11 o'clock during the day. So all the early birds come in and get your coffee. The other thing that's associated with that, being there in the coffee shop, knowing some of the people downtown Cary, I have signed a contract to do for Coffee Cafe to cater the town of Cary associated meetings that's held at the Chamber of Commerce in Cary every month. So I'm grateful, thank God for that as well too. So I do a catering event each month for the town of Cary.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess just lastly, what is it that you want to do that you've yet to do?
One thing I want to do, I really want to open up a school of music. I really want to open up a school of music for our young youth, and and when I say music, I'm talking about all types of music, not just gospel, but all genre, all ages. For the youth, and not only just to be singing or playing an instrument, but learning about the industry, learning about the stage hands, learning about driving the Prevost buses, things like that. Anything that's involved in entertainment. I want to open up that for our young folks, just to start a legacy for them to carry on to their children and their children. So we'll be more educated in the music industry, to know that it's 90% business than it is singing. So that's one of my goals, to do that, to open up a school of music for our youth.
Okay, great. And just in closing again, your social media handles so people can reach you, they can check out your show, everything about CoCo McMillian.
Yeah, so you can reach me on Facebook at CoCo McMillian 7, and 7 means complete in the Bible, so you should remember that. So that's at CoCo McMillian 7. You can also reach me at Sean CoCo McMillian on my Facebook. On Instagram, you can reach me on CoCo McMillian Music. That is my intro for that. YouTube as well, CoCo McMillian Music. And by the way, guys, make sure you just subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that is, again, CoCo McMillian Music. You can reach me on TikTok and Twitter and LinkedIn and all that good stuff as Sean CoCo McMillian. So I'm all on the social media. You can just kind of pull up my name and you'll be able to find me.
We really do appreciate our guests who participated in this episode, and we hope you learned something that will bless your day and your life. For all who are interested in learning more about the Gary Clement Radio Show podcast, please visit www.amazon.com and order my book, The Gary Clement Radio Show, When Strong Afro-American Men and Women Stand Up. It covers everything about us and features a variety of Afro-American personalities who speak out about the importance of education and literacy in the Black community. Well, we thank you for tuning into our podcast. Please send us your email address so we can contact you when we have new releases and new episodes and new projects as well. You can reach us at gccpresents@yahoo.com. And also, if you're interested in submitting any materials or want to get in touch with us, please do so by simply sending an email to gccpresents@yahoo.com. That's G as in Gary, C as in Charlie, C as in Charlie, presents@yahoo.com. So until next time, do take care. And this is a G2 Network Media production.